CNN anchor Jim Acosta is out after 18 years in the job. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about CNN anchor Jim Acosta quitting, resigning, whatever you want to call it, from the network after 18 years on the job. And I say it's about time. I mean, this should have happened many years ago. And to be totally honest, a lot of anchors on CNN should have been gone or need to go right now. Don't they still have Brian Stelter? I'm not really sure why. But all those old guard people, all those washed up people gotta go. Listen, if you really want to make CNN be relevant again, if you want them to have respect again from just regular everyday people, whether they be on the left or the right, you got to get rid of a lot of these people. Don Lemon, that was a good one to go. Jim Acosta, another great one to go. Brian Stelter, he should be next on the chopping block because they're all bad. And we've seen quite a few things from Acosta, especially during the Trump years. CNN kind of branded themselves as other networks did, but they branded themselves as the anti-Trump network, the hate Trump network. Hey, you hate Trump, you hate the orange man, you hate Republicans, you hate white people who live in the red state. Watch CNN, you're going to get your fix. But after a while, that became old. They start putting out ridiculous, phony BS, and people start watching. They start respecting CNN as a network. So here we are. Jim Acosta is out. And before I go any further into it, before I get to his video in which he announced his departure live on air, let's get to a few of Jim Acosta's greatest hits. Now, here he is at the border wall. I'm not quite sure what year this was. He's at the border wall talking about, oh, this wall ain't going to do nothing.
And here are some of the steel slats that the president's been talking about right here. As you can see, yes, you can see through these slats to the other side of the U.S.-Mexico border. But as we're walking along here, we're not seeing any kind of imminent danger. There are no migrants trying to rush toward this fence here in the McAllen, Texas area. As a matter of fact, there are some other businesses behind me along this highway. There's a gas station, Burger King, and so on. But no sign of the national emergency that the president has been talking about. As a matter of fact, it's pretty tranquil down here.
All right. So he's saying, hey, you know what? I found one spot, one little, 2-foot space on the border where it ain't nothing going on. That must mean the entire thousands of miles of border have no problem. Okie dokie. Hey, there you go. That's that great reporting from CNN, Jim Acosta. Now, this is Tim Burchett. This is more recently. Okay, let's check this out.
Covered on CNN. What you're saying, this is not Fox, Congressman. You can't just spin a tail and pull the wool over people's eyes. Yeah. This is CNN. This is the news. We are asking you to come on and tell the truth.
And that's why more people are watching the Cartoon Network SpongeBob reruns right now, Jim.
Is covered on.
Exactly. Okay, this is CNN. This is the news. Okay. Yeah, people are watching SpongeBob SquarePants and stuff like this rather than your ridiculous quote unquote news show, which is part of the reason why you are no longer on the so-called news. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, my man? Let's keep on going here.
For the man who wants to be the governor.
This is 2018 during the presidential campaign.
Governor of South Carolina for another 4 years. That is Henry McMaster. And as you can hear behind me, Wolf, the crowd is...
Or midterm elections, pardon me.
Very fired up. We have about a couple thousand people in this room so far. They are letting the press corps here know exactly how they feel about what we're doing here, Wolf. I can't hear you anymore. What's that?
Tell the truth, Jim!
I will. You got it. I will.
So it's clear to see that the people here don't like him. You see the CNN sucks. That right there is a perfectly placed sign, perfectly shouted out heckles at Jim Acosta. I love it. I love it. He deserved every bit of it. Now, this was probably my favorite moment, okay, during a rally in which the CNN sucks chant became iconic.
The White House closed out the month of July without holding a briefing for reporters today. That means the White House has held only 3 briefings for the press this month and 8 total since the end of May. There is no other way to describe what the White House is doing.
Look at both Blitzer. I don't know if Wolf in this moment can hear what's happening behind Jim Acosta, but I know Jim Acosta can hear what's happening behind Jim Acosta. Let's keep on going.
These days, Wolf, top officials, including the president, are hiding from the press. And Wolf, just to give you a sense as to what's happening right now, you can hear there is a chorus of boos and other chants from this Trump crowd here in Tampa, Florida. They're saying things like CNN sucks, go home, and fake news. Wolf, obviously, all of those things are false. We're staying right here. We're going to do our job and report on this rally to all of our viewers here tonight.
Also, all that's false, right? CNN sucks, everything. Okay, cool. And again, this is 2018 as well. So that's when the whole CNN sucks chant came to be. Now, this moment was really, really bad. Okay, this was really, really, really bad. This might have been this might have been right around the same time, 2018, I suppose. Okay, we got to check this out.
Your campaign had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
That's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood. Right. These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN. All right. And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
If I may ask one other question.
I mean, Trump tried to tell him, it's like, look, if you did your job well, your ratings would be much better than what they are. And apparently, he didn't really listen. The ratings tanked. And CNN is like, hey, man, we got to do something. We're going to put you on this time slot or that time slot, or you can just go about your way. And you see what he's doing. He's going about his way. Let's keep on going here.
Mr. President, if I may ask one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President,
that's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
Yeah, that moment was really, really crazy when Jim Acosta was wrestling the mic away from the young lady, not wanting to sit down, not wanting to stop talking. It was a mess. Like, Jim Acosta has been really bad like that for years. Now here he is on CNN saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to just throw in the towel, wave the white flag. I give up. I surrender. I'm going to quit. Let's watch.
Just wanted to end today's show by thanking all of the wonderful people who work behind the scenes at this network. You may have seen some reports about me and the show. And after giving all of this some careful consideration and weighing an alternative time slot CNN offered me, I've decided to move on. I am grateful to CNN for the nearly 18 years I've spent here doing the news. People often ask me if the highlight of my career at CNN was at the White House covering Donald Trump. Actually, no.
I think that it was. I think that might have been the peak of your career. I mean, to anybody watching, can you tell me the other iconic or important or relevant Jim Acosta moment? If you guys can tell me that, I would love to hear it in the comments. Please let me know.
That moment came here when I covered former President Barack Obama's trip to Cuba in 2016 and had the chance to question the dictator there, Raul Castro, about the island's political prisoners. As the son of a Cuban refugee, I took home this lesson. It is never a good time to bow down to a tyrant. I've always believed it's the job of the press to hold power to account. I've always tried to do that here at CNN, and I plan on doing all of that in the future. One final message. Don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to the fear. Hold on to the truth and to hope. Even if you have to get out your phone, record that message. I will not give in to the lies. I will not give in to the fear. Post it on your social media so people can hear from you too. I'll have more to say about my plans in the coming days, but until then, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. It has been an honor to be welcomed into your home for all these years. That's the news. Reporting from Washington, I'm Jim Acosta.
All righty, so Jim Acosta is out. And you know what? What you said there, those are some valuable words. Don't give in to the lies. Don't give in to the fear. You know what? I'm going to internalize that. I'm going to use that, but it may not be in the way that you think, Jim Acosta, because maybe you think that someone who says that is referring to the other side, your opponents. And let's not act like you don't have opponents on the other side. Let's not even do that. Okay, anybody conservative, anybody leaning Trump, you're going to be on them like white on rice. Anybody on your side, you handling with kid gloves at best. That's what you do on CNN. That's what y'all do on mainstream media in general. So let's not act like that. But the way I would use what you said is, for you guys, the mainstream media, lies upon lies upon lies every single day, all day, trying to make things fit your narrative, trying to make things fit your worldview. So yeah, I'm going to take that and run with it, Jim Acosta. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to CNN for apparently trying to clean up their image. I mean, you guys most certainly need it. You guys most certainly need it because people don't respect a network anymore because of all the nonsense, all the ridiculousness. The incident with the microphone and the young lady with Trump, that's just one of many things that they have done. Not just Acosta, but Brian Stelter, Don Lemon. The list goes on. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about CNN parting ways with Jim Acosta, whether he was forced out, whether he just quit on his own, whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is a fantastic turn of events. I love it. And maybe, just maybe, one day CNN can become back relevant. I know they got Scott Jennings on there. He's doing pretty well. He's kicking high parts all up and down these little panels they got him on. So maybe they want to go in that direction, be a little bit more left and right bipartisan, not just one side pushing propaganda and fear. If they want to go that direction and it works, I say hats off to them. But they got to get rid of the dead weight. They got to do something with these people that people don't want to see, like Acosta, Lemon, Stelter, etc. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.